Welcome to a new video here on the Giant Take YouTube channel. I'm Josh, and I'm joined by my co-host, Alex. Well, if you couldn't tell already, I'm sick, I have a cold, and Alex is on vacation for spring break. But that doesn't stop the New York Giants from making, moves and doing what they do on the daily basis. So we don't stop what we do on the daily here, on the Giant Take podcast. We're doing content no matter what. So even though my voice sounds like crap, I feel like crap, and Alex is in the break room or whatever this is, with the curtains in the background. We're going to keep going strong. So some little jokes and some laughing to get us going here, a little lighthearted video, but big video though, because it came out from Pat Leonard, New York Daily News reporter, that the Kadarius Toney is getting shopped around by the New York Giants, and the Giants are looking to trade Toney. Now remember, the Giants traded back in last year's draft from an early first-round pick. I don't remember what they even had specifically, what pick it was, but they traded back to 20 and picked Kadarius Toney in the first round of last year's draft. And at that point, he was considered a reach. But the Giants trusted him, and this season he didn't live up to the full expectations. Could have been because of the O-line, could have been because of Daniel Jones, injuries, whatever. But now this leads to a question of what is the future of Kadarius Toney on the New York Giants? And within now for us recording this Friday night, with the draft being within a week away, it's a big deal. And now, 1 second, Alex, I'll send it to you. Pat Leonard, as we know, is not trusted by many New York Giants fans, but I'd like to address that. He has come on this podcast multiple times before. He's been really friendly and good friends with us. So, I trust him as a normal source, just like any other reporter. I know he tends to be wrong a lot of the time. I know a lot of Giants fans don't trust him on YouTube, Twitter, whatever. I will take the yelling and screaming from Giants fans in the comments. That's fine. But there's a difference because we know him as a person, and the way he's treated us is with kindness and respect. So that's just the way that I'm going to approach it. But Alex, I'll send it to you and your thoughts on this report, if it is real, because it has sort of been confirmed by Jordan Rodon saying the Giants have been open to looking for options, compared to Pat Leonard kind of went for the more, maybe someone would say, clickbaity type of tweet saying the Giants are looking to trade. Open looking, I think it's similar, but go ahead.
Yeah, Pat Leonard is, I think he just kind of clickbaits a little bit. I mean, it's business, right? You got to make money. I don't think people can blame him for that. You got to get the headlines. I don't think that's necessarily, a reason to get super angry. I know, there's definitely, anyway, don't worry about that. I'm interested by this Kadarius Toney trade talk. As people look at me in the hotel right now, wondering what the hell is this guy talking about? Kadarius Toney. I would say with Kadarius Toney, obviously it's really concerning that he has not gone to the voluntary workouts. It's concerning that he seems to be, I'm not going to be one of those people who jumps to conclusions, be like, he focuses more on his rap career than his, football. I'm not going to be one of those people. I don't know, right? So I can't tell. From the reports, it seems like that's the case. That's what I would say in terms of what's going on. But I think he's got talent, right? We saw it in that Cowboys game, right? Maybe in the necessarily the rest of the season he didn't really do much. Obviously struggled with injuries as well. I'm kind of conflicted on what the Giants should do here. I think it depends on what value they can get for Kadarius Toney, because I'm not sure exactly how much any team would pay. I think the most you're getting is probably a third or a fourth round pick, but maybe if Joe Shane shops him around correctly. I don't really know what his value is in the league because of his personality. We don't know what his personality is. I definitely don't. I know Josh doesn't either. That's going to be something that's going to really determine what's going on here, what's going on behind the scenes. Why is he not at these voluntary practices? Why is he not aware of the playbook last season? Those are all the big whys that we don't really know as the general public that the coaches obviously do.
You can also add the why was he mad last year? If you remember earlier in the season, he wasn't getting targets, so he took to social media to what people rumored to be, Kadarius Toney talks about how he's not getting targeted enough. He's upset, and then we took the response of, hey, you're a rookie. You've only been through a few games in the NFL. All these guys are veteran wide receivers. You need to chill out a little bit. Toney also took to Instagram to his story after this news came out and said something along the lines of like, don't believe everything you see or something like that. But remember, before even he was drafted by the New York Giants, he had red flags going into the draft. He had a pretty bad rookie season, honestly. He's also skipped voluntary workouts so far. He's one of the guys to skip these. I know they're voluntary. I understand that. But being a first-round pick, I don't know. I have an expectation that you're going to go to that. And especially with a new coaching staff and guys you're going to probably want to beat for the team that you're going to be playing for, you're going to want to meet them at early stages, develop that relationship. He hasn't been there at voluntary workouts. So I don't know. But it's a huge deal because they're putting all their chips in to the table, Alex. I don't know how good I can make that poker reference because I'm not a huge poker player, but I believe it's like they're putting all their chips into the middle, right? They picked this guy in the first round last year, and they're about to ship him away for what? That's the real question. If they ship him away, for what? How many first-round picks is it? Is it even a first-round pick? That's a big question.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly wouldn't be multiple first-round picks. I doubt it would even be a first-round pick. In terms of, I've seen people kind of talking around and saying like, oh, what places could he possibly be going to? I'd name two places. Obviously, we got the Deebo Samuel news, right? That he wants a trade. I think the 49ers are an option as kind of like a, I don't want to use the term Walmart, but kind of a similar type of player to Deebo Samuel, I guess. Another one, the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they lost Tyreek Hill. I think Kadarius Toney, imagine what they could do in that offense with him. I think those are two places that you could certainly see him go. Maybe the Buffalo Bills, if there is a relationship there, but I doubt it. But besides that, I don't really see any other team biting on him. I think the Chiefs and 49ers are the two teams that he fits the most. I don't know culture-wise, but at least playing-wise. I think he's certainly got talent. And he's one of those players that we may trade away, and he will turn into an absolute superstar if he's in the right situation.
Alex, I mean, I'm sure you're thinking of like similar skill set, Deebo Samuel, Kadarius Toney. I would say it's funny because Samuel's leaving the 49ers or wants to leave them, right? He submitted the, trade request because he didn't want to be used as that versatile running back wide receiver option. He wants to be a true wide receiver. Does Kadarius Toney want to leave himself, not just the Giants shopping him? It could be the other way around. Maybe Toney wants to be a number one, number two option in another place on another team. Because right now he's probably number two, number three here with the Giants being Golladay 1, maybe Shepard 2. If Toney leaves, I would say it's a question mark in this draft. So right now with the roster we have, with Toney on the depth chart, there's not really like the Giants aren't looking to get a wide receiver in this draft. If Toney leaves, you could say fourth, fifth, sixth. A fourth or sixth round pick could be used on a wide receiver, and it wouldn't really bother me that much. That's how much it changes. I know it's like, oh, we only care about the first, second, third round. I mean, it depends on how much you're into the draft, but I would say, if Toney leaves and the Giants use a fourth, fifth, or sixth round pick on a wide receiver, it's kind of a big deal because then you're taking that instead of another position that the Giants need, whether it's on offensive line or defense, linebacker, edge, whatever it is. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. Tight end as well. I saw Ricky Seals-Jones has been participating at the Giants minicamp, but they definitely need someone to back that up as well in this draft.
Yeah, I mean, I could certainly see a team biting on Toney and maybe giving up a late. I could see someone giving more value than people think. I do think he is a valuable player. We've seen how important some of these explosive wide receivers, such as Deebo Samuel, are. And I'm not saying Kadarius Toney is going to reach that height, but I think he has the potential to. And in the right area where his head is on straight, allegedly, right? Because, like I said before, we don't know. I don't want to make accusations because it's not fair. We don't know. But according to reports, if his head is not completely on straight in terms of his focus purely on football, and he is able to go somewhere where it is, then I think he can be a very good player. His shiftiness, his agility, his skill set is just really made for the modern day NFL as that gadget offensive player that he can be at his very best.
All right, so we're past the 10-minute mark. I'm going to ask you to do two things before we wrap up here. Subscribe, hit that like button, hit us in the comments with all your hate towards me about respecting Pat Leonard. But with that, for this makeshift video on the Giant Take Podcast YouTube channel, we appreciate you watching. Like I mentioned earlier, we're doing it. We're doing the content no matter the situation because we're that committed. So stay tuned for draft content throughout the week because this is it. The final week. NFL draft starts on Thursday. So it's going to be a big week or two for us coming up. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.